Hello, I'm Reed Holson. Welcome to Ask the Mayor. We're in the Empire Mall parking lot, and behind us is Louise Avenue. Probably not how you recognize it. Pretty historic site because it's under construction. A multi-million-dollar project is going on, one that Mayor Huther's pretty happy about. We've been planning this for a long time, Mayor Huther, fixing Louise Avenue.
It's an important project. It's one of the most heavily traveled roads, not only in Sioux Falls, but across all of South Dakota and this entire region. It's always just buzzing. And to be brutally honest, brutally fair, it's a project that maybe is a little overdue. We certainly have had some challenges on this road, but now we're full guns a-blazing. And when you see this thing when it's done, you're going to just absolutely love it.
This is a busy road. I mean, a lot of us have driven this for many, many years. A lot of commerce happens here. What's going to happen when this road is done?
Well, it's going to be prepare us for years to come, because this is a retail hub. It is a magnet for people from Sioux Falls and from all over this area. When they buy stuff, this is usually one of the first places that they come. But we needed to make it a better place to drive on. It was in dire need of repair, definitely. But at the same time, we needed to increase the capacity too. And as some folks know, we had to make it a bit safer.
Yes.
Because just getting on Louise proved to be a challenge for some folks.
It has been too. We've personally experienced that, that's for sure. But the nice thing about this too, because of the change in the floodplain with the feds now, is going to lead to more development out here in this area, and this road's going to help with that.
It will. Again, this is one of the most hopping places in town. There are new businesses that are popping up still everywhere. People are remodeling, doing good things. But yes, Reed, as you said, the floodplain is now open for business or open for development. And there's a bunch of projects that are already underway or being planned. So again, increasing the capacity, increasing the drivability, and increasing the safety of Louise was critical.
And the economy in other areas, we've been kind of immune to this, but economy in other areas has been led to big box stores closing.
Yes.
As we stand around, some of Sears, Gordman's, JCPenney's have closed in other markets. We're very viable still here in Sioux Falls.
Well, we are, but it is always something that we're watching. This is the place for people to still come face to face, check things out, and then buy them right here in Sioux Falls. But at the same time, we are watching those internet sales, the impact on our sales tax revenues, as well as just commerce as a whole, creating jobs, the impact on Sioux Falls. So yeah, whether it's a TJ Maxx or a JCPenney or a Gordman's or a Target, whatever it would be, we're watching it. But we love how they're still building these stores here in Sioux Falls, and I think the future is rock solid.
In this neighborhood, really, we've just announced Marshall's is coming in, new Hobby Lobby store. The Lake Lorraine area is exploding. A new Ford dealership is being built.
Just right now, every part of our town, north, south, east, west, and yes, downtown, is still growing, still flourishing, still building new stores, and people are cheering.
We'll talk about the state of the city a little bit later on in the show. There's been some adjustments though in the workforce as well too. Some organizations have made some cuts in jobs. Is that concerning to you at all?
Always is, but it is kind of the ebb and flow of any business. They will make changes to their business model, and when they do, many times it impacts their workforce. And so yeah, if you have employers that are downsizing, we certainly are concerned about that. But at the same time, hey, Sioux Falls, there's still 3,000 job openings in town. So I'm very, very confident that these people, if they've lost a job, there are employers out there that are hungry to employ them somewhere else. But again, don't want to minimize it. Whenever you lose your job, it impacts you in your head, your heart, and your gut. Your family feels it. Certainly there's some worry, some angst, but again, I'm confident that these good people are going to find good work here in Sioux Falls.
It is a gut-wrenching thing to lose your job, obviously. You consider those downsizing, or are they adjustments in the workforce?
Well, in the recent cases, I mean, they've not shared their exact rationale with me. But whenever you lose jobs at any business or in your town or in a big city like this, you certainly are going to follow it. But right now, we're adding more jobs than we're losing any day. And so, again, I love that pattern. I am confident and will remain confident in the Sioux Falls economy.
And the challenge we have too is low unemployment. It's a good thing, but it's a challenge because we need qualified applicants to fill the jobs.
Well, in my state of the city, and we'll talk about it later on too, Reed, I did talk about we've made progress in so many areas, but there's an area too where we're still not keeping up, and that is finding good, qualified workers. So workforce training, workforce development, workforce recruitment, those are still things that we really need to focus on, not only in my final year as your mayor, but in years to come. So, hang on, Sioux Falls. And again, I'd tell you, if you've got a son or a daughter or a niece or a nephew, whatever it would be, and they're getting ready to get ready for the summer and from high school, or they're graduating for college, or they're looking for a better job, my goodness gracious, tell them about Sioux Falls, South Dakota, because we'd love to have them work here.
Yeah, we grew by over 5,000 residents last year, which is astounding. Last week, I got my free pass to the landfill in the mail, and we do a good job of recycling. Talk about how recycling is growing, and we've gotten even better at it this last year.
Well, it's something that I just love, and again, folks, it's so easy to do. We do single stream recycling here in Sioux Falls, so the ability to do your part in terms of improving the environment, saving our sanitary landfill, and just feeling good about things that you're doing. We can do it here very, very easily, and we do it well in terms of our comparison with national statistics, state statistics. But we can do even better. We've got a number of haulers here in Sioux Falls that are certainly meeting the standard. But we still have some that don't, and we will hold them accountable. And at the same time, we're going to cheer on every Sioux Falls resident to do their part to recycle. And again, it is so dang easy to do it. So please jump in, and I think you'll really enjoy it.
We do make it easy. The single stream recycling is probably as easy as it gets.
I love it. In fact, I know Cindy's getting mad at me, but there's oftentimes Cindy will maybe just throw something on, honey, that's recyclable. I'll pull it out and put it in, and again, it's everything from still bottles, cans, newspapers, plastic. All these things are recyclable, and so why not do it? I talk about on Sundays, for example, for folks that still get the big Sunday paper. I think about how many times we get that paper, and then there's still folks that just throw it in the trash. And I just go, why? I mean, all you got to do is just throw it in the recyclable bin, and we'll take care of it for you. And folks, remember this. Sioux Falls citizens, remember this. Every time that we recycle, it also saves you hard-earned taxpayer dollars, because our landfill will be able to be service the residents longer without investing more dollars. So again, just consider it. And again, thanks for bringing it up today, Reed.
Absolutely, and spring is here, and as the snow melts, we see a lot of trash laying around too. It's so windy here, number one, but we've got to make sure that we clean up our environment and our neighborhoods too.
Well, it is that time of year where, again, I think we're just feeling refreshed and refurbished and energized, as well as we do want to do that spring cleanup. Folks, do it now. We are sweeping the streets right now, all over town. We'll be to your neighborhood soon. But at the same time, look around your own home, look around your own business, look around your own neighborhood, and pick it up, clean it up, sweep it up. We've got a beautiful city, but with your help, we can make it even better.
And potholes are a concern too. There's no more potholes on Louise Avenue right now, which is good.
There's not much road left there.
Right.
But again, the spring is always an opportunity for us to jump back in and do monumental pothole repair. And folks, I get it. We just had a survey that was done, and one of the concerns that the citizens still have, and I understand it, it is a little disheartening though, but folks are still concerned about road repair here in the city of Sioux Falls. And And, Mark Cotter and I and Galen Huber, Chad Heavey, we talked about that because since I've been your mayor, we've repaired 433 miles of roads. Repaired them, replaced them, refurbished them. That's from one end of South Dakota to the next. 2 out of every 3 of your taxpayer dollars in the CIP went to repairing roads and improving infrastructure in our utilities. But even with all that manpower and investment and infrastructure work that we've done, still not good enough. And I've tried to set high expectations for the city. I've always asked us to reach higher, strive for more. And when it comes to road repair and potholes, the people of Sioux Falls think we can do better. And so, mark my words, we're going to keep fighting to do just that and more. And Louise Avenue is a perfect example, as well as we'll be at your neighborhood too. And folks, one last thing, Reed, and I apologize, but don't wait for us to find your potholes. Don't wait for us to find that big dip that's in your road. Give us a call. Call Public Works, call the pothole hotline, call the mayor's office, whatever it would be. Let us know, and we'll get our tails out there and we'll repair those potholes or fix those dips for you.
Well said, Mayor. And here's the phone number the mayor's talking about for the pothole hotline. It is 367-8002. Give us a call. If you find a big pothole, we'll come out and fix it. Mark the mayor's words, it'll get done. That's for sure. We come back here at the site of the Louise Avenue reconstruction. We'll talk about the state of the city on Ask the Mayor.
30 seconds. It's the amount of time this public service announcement will last, and it's the amount of time on your commute that you may be slowed down in a cone zone. These city employees are working hard, and all they ask in return are 2 simple things.
Number 1, stay alert.
Number 2, slow down.
They all want to get home to their families too, and your patience is greatly appreciated. When you see amber flashing lights or orange traffic cones, stay alert and slow down.
Welcome back to Ask the Mayor. If you'd like to get in touch with the mayor's office or this program or anything you see on CityLink, just go to our website at siouxfalls.org and send your suggestions through the mayor's office to Ask the Mayor. Well, Mayor, this is great to see.
It is.
All of us have had struggles to get on or get off of Louise Avenue during shopping, especially during the holiday season. Talk about the construction of the street and how it's going to look different from what it was before.
Well, I think the first thing that you're gonna find is that it's going to be wider. And again, one of the busiest streets in all of the Midwest is right here, so it will be wider. It will be safer. It will be faster, and certainly it's gonna be smoother. We're also gonna implement more and more traffic light technology all around here, just to kind of keep Sioux Falls moving. And again, those are all things that people of Sioux Falls want, and so you'll see it here. One thing too, just I'm looking at all the way that we are impacting businesses here. We are. But at the same time, these businesses are cheering maybe as much as anybody to say, thank goodness, Mayor, thank goodness, Mark, we're finally getting this one done. Because they know that in the end, it's really going to serve their businesses in this city so well.
We're going to have more of a median structure here than we've ever had before. So more limited access, but better ways to get in and out of the business points.
It will. It'll be better, and also I think it's going to be a lot safer and more efficient and more productive. So yeah, there will be changes, but I think you'll like it when we implement them.
And too, the LED lighting technology I think is going to be fantastic. You've seen that on the Cliff Avenue reconstruction. More efficient electricity-wise and looks better.
Looks better, more efficient, and saves us money. And one of the things that we'll talk about in terms of state of the city is that, again, folks, I don't love to talk about money all the time, but taxpayer dollars, trying to squeeze blood from that taxpayer turnip, that is really, really important. And so things like LED lighting is just one of the investments we make to help maximize your dollar.
Well, let's talk about the state of the city. How are we doing?
Well, I really enjoyed my second to last state of the city. I really enjoyed it. And I think I surprised some people. You know, I want to be the biggest cheerleader for Sioux Falls, and I've tried to do that. And yes, we're getting national accolades. You know, about once every 2 weeks, something new is reported about Sioux Falls and how great we're doing. And in fact, the Wall Street Journal, Reed, just talked about how Sioux Falls is doing it, and all these other Midwestern cities are really struggling to keep up. But I think I surprised some folks, because not only are we doing really well in most aspects, but there's still challenges that remain. And you know, I talked about those, and whether it be things like you know, affordable housing, workforce recruitment, whether it be, yes, crime that is being committed because of drugs, you know, meth, opioids, prescription drugs, or it would be, these are things that I still think that we need to keep working at, and mark my words, we're going to keep doing it. You know, I mentioned one in particular where I actually think that we've really lost some ground, and that is on annexations, for example. I call them these islands that we've kind of built within the heart of our city. And we've grown so rapidly. In fact, we've grown the city of Watertown since I've been your mayor. But at the same time, we have all these islands that we've created as well, and we've lost ground there. And so, yeah, let's keep working together, Sioux Falls. I'm pleased with the growing relationship with the city council and how we're working together to tackle things. And I want to keep doing that as your mayor.
The interesting point is we continue to grow in a lot of sectors. One of the things you talked about was the agricultural sector,
yes,
where there was a marked decrease in egg sales, which has affected our sales tax.
Well, there is. Folks, we talk about this quite a bit, and you know, we've got certainly healthcare and research and retail and construction and banking and tourism and so much more. But it is agriculture that really drives our economy in ways that you can't imagine. And right now it is impacted. It is slowing down. People are more conservative as they spend money on the ranches and on the farms and in the small towns. And when they are more conservative and more frugal with their spending habits, Sioux Falls feels it. And we are now. We had planned a 4% year-over-year increase in terms of our sales tax revenue in 2017 when we built our plan. Right now, Sioux Falls, we're growing at about 2.5%. And we are now managing to 2.5%. And we're ready to tighten our belts even more if we need to. So whether it's a slowing agriculture economy, whether it's the impact of internet sales, whether it's even just a really lower inflationary rate, all those things impact our growing sales tax revenues, and we've adjusted accordingly.
Are you anticipating this for 2018's budget planning too?
You bet, I am. Now again, the sky's not falling. I mean, come on, we're still doing well, but folks, I don't see internet sales slowing down, and I don't know if the federal government is going to be able to address that sales tax collection mechanism for our cities and our towns and our states all across. I don't see them doing that. So when you've got internet sales growing 15% year over year, that's going to impact Sioux Falls sales tax revenue. I don't see the ag economy, getting back to where it was overnight. And inflationary pressures just aren't there either. So, yes, I do see it impacting the 2018 numbers. Right now, the directors, the finance team, and yes, this mayor, we are putting together an even more conservative, more frugal budget for 18 than even 17. So, but at the same time, you know, when I talked about the state of the city, name another city that has a 25, 26, 27%, you know, pot of money in terms of a reserve or a piggy bank at its beck and call either. So again, what a strong city in terms of our financial acumen. We'll keep it that way. But yes, 18 is going to be a conservative year.
Yeah. And you also made some announcements to the city council of some things that are coming, including transit, cautionary things that
Yes.
need to be faced and looked at in the future that can't be ignored.
Reed, this is one topic where, I don't know, I feel like I've just struggled as a mayor. The message just isn't getting through. And we are growing as a city. We've added Watertown over the last 7 years. We've got people moving in here from all over the country that are reliant on things like public transportation. But when it comes to public transit, we've not kept up. We haven't. And in fact, in my mind, you're kind of held hostage by our inability to expand or grow our hours, grow our service area, grow our capacity for public transportation. And so again, I wanted one final plea to the council before I'm done being your mayor, saying, folks, we've got to do something. And it's a tough topic because fare increases is always something that we talk about. The impact to those folks that desperately need paratransit, tough topic, but we got to talk about it. But again, one of those things, Reed, that again, as your mayor, as councilors, we're elected to lead. And that means also tackling those unpopular topics too. And but I guess I've said my piece now with transit, and so maybe it's time to move on. But again, if we're going to keep growing as a city, become less reliant on fossil fuels and things like that, transportation, public transportation is a topic we can't put our heads in the sand on anymore.
Can you believe about this time next year there's going to be elections for a new mayor? What are you going to do in your last year in office? What are you focusing on?
I'm going to sprint. I'm going to try to get as much done as I possibly can with the help of the council, the 1,200 city employees, and the City of Sioux Falls. We're going to sprint. It's what I do. When I run a half marathon, and I'm training for another one right now, Reed, I sprint at the end. And so right now I'm kind of at my point where I'm going to begin sprinting. And again, we're going to tackle things we talked about in the state of the city. We're going to leave our town financially sound. We're going to do more infrastructure. We're going to keep our citizens safe. We will probably tone back a little bit on those quality of life investments because of all the work that we've already done. But yeah, I feel really, really good about it. And hey, while we're talking about elections, Reed, you know, I can't run again, but Sioux Falls, it doesn't mean that you can't run, and you should. You should. It is a glorious opportunity. This public service gig, sure, there are sacrifices with it, but the rewards are phenomenal. They are. And so, you know, have you ever thought about running for city council? Do it. You ever thought about running for mayor? Do it. School board, county commission, whatever. Just put your hat in the ring and give it a shot, because we need you to. We need good people to serve. The decision making that is done, it is ultimately at the end. There's these city councilors, this mayor, county commissioners, school board. They're making them on your behalf. So we want the highest quality folks we can find, and I think there's a lot of people watching this program that have always thought about it and just needed that little extra edge or push. Well, guess what? Mayor Mike is pushing you right now. Get in there and give it a shot.
So what do you think is some of the most biggest misperceptions people have about not wanting to run that you can tell them to forget about it and just jump in and do it?
Well, I think that certainly, you know, you're always going to have scrutiny. It is truly a sacrifice. You will have to give up, you know, your time. It will impact your family. However, let's just talk about that. You're never going to be able to please everybody in this role. You're not. But that's okay. You still can get things done. It is going to impact your family, but it's going to impact them in a positive way. They will have as many great memories of your service as you have. The time, sure, it's time, but it's time well spent. And so again, Sioux Falls, consider it. We need you to, and mark my words, someday you'll come up and say, Mayor Mike, you were right. It was a lot of fun. And so again, I'm just so proud of this town, so proud of how far we've come. I'm almost done with a year to go, but now it's your time to serve, your time to lead, your time to make a difference, and I'll be cheering you on along the way.
All right, Mayor, thank you.
You bet, Reed.
All right, appreciate it very much. If you'd like to look into running for office, just go to our website, check on the city clerk's office, give them a call, ask the questions you need to know about running for office. And as we talked about too, report those potholes. Want to fix those up at 367-8002. And if you want to check up on what's going on here on Louise Avenue or any other of the road construction projects during the orange cone season, you can find those on siouxfalls.org too. It's all on our website. We appreciate you watching Ask the Mayor. We'll see you next time.